Caution, this video contains swearing because I don't give a rat's ass. Hi, I'm Steve, and as a privileged, mostly straight white guy, my life is great. But there's a bunch of stuff in the world that is making me sad right now. Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. If you're new here, this isn't normally how things go. I'm not excited to make this video. I'm not happy to make this video. This is a video that me as a white guy feels like I have to make in order to state my claim and make me feel better about a situation in the world that I am not the best to talk about. I'm not best educated on the issues, plural. I'm not the most adequate with my words. I'm probably going to screw something up. I'm probably going to say something that isn't true anymore, that may have been true at the time that I heard /read it. Today is June 10th, that's the day I am recording this video, and oh, hi Max. There's a lot of stuff going on. One of the things is that my dog Max desperately needs a haircut. Oh, but he still loves me. No, thank you very much. Thank you. Alright, everyone click away. The rest of the video is gonna be sad and just, you know, disappointing now. There was a dog. Now click away before it gets too negative, because there's so much negativity in the world. So, here's the situation as it is right now in the world. On Memorial Day, which I believe was May 25th, an unarmed, innocent black man named George Floyd was killed by a police officer via kneeling on his neck for, I think, 8 minutes. Which, you know, brought up a lot of unrest and protest and riots, which I think is well-deserved. Because there's just a lot going on. There's COVID, there's still COVID, it's here, it's around, it's spreading. Quarantine is done, here in Wisconsin at least. In other places I know they're extending it till August, but that's not the way that it is here. And the world just seems like such a mess right now. So there's a lot that's going on, around the George Floyd and the police and defunding the police, and all of this has been going on for at least, I believe 2 weeks maybe now? Maybe a week and a half, I don't really know. But there's been protests every day, all around the country, all across the world. There's been protests, huge gatherings of people with masks on, hopefully, because coronavirus is still a thing. Just coming together and saying, hey, you know, cops, maybe stop doing this. And I have to say, again, from a privileged white male standpoint, the cops aren't really making themselves look good by running their cars into crowds of peaceful protesters, or throwing tear gas into crowds of peaceful protesters, or taking a knee with the protesters while the media's there, but as soon as the media turns around they start throwing tear gas into the crowds and arresting people for standing there with their arms up saying, "Don't shoot!" because that's what we've come to, and in Buffalo, pushing 75-year-old men to the ground, and then instead of helping him, they pull another cop away, and they say, oh, no, let the medics, you know, he's bleeding out of his ears! He's bleeding out of his ears! None of this is gonna make any sense, and I'm sorry, but I don't talk so good, and I'm angry and I'm upset, and there's a lot going on in my head and in the world. So I'll say this, I know that there are good police officers in the world, and I know that each and every single life matters, but I'm also more aware that right now it doesn't seem like really anyone cares about the Black lives. That's why the Black Lives Matter is Black Lives Matter, because Black lives have been ignored for generations. And now they're like, hey, could we get some equality maybe? And also maybe have the police officers who aren't the good police officers stop beating us up and killing us for no reason at all. Because, you know, a white guy gets pulled over, he reaches into his pocket for his wallet and his ID, the cop says, oh, you're all good. A black guy gets pulled over, reaches into his wallet for the same, or reaches into his pocket for his wallet, the same thing. Cop shoots him because he thinks he might get killed. And that's not right. And I know, you know, I was that person who, even, I think 2 years ago, was saying, oh, not all cops are bad, oh, all lives matter, oh, don't riot, don't loot, it's bad for the economy. And I get those are all valid points, but it's time that things change. Because the businesses that are broken and looted, you know, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. The people who work there, they'll be fine. But black people as a whole, until something changes, will not be. And I'm not gonna stand here and spout out my whiteness and say, oh, you know, white people should do this and black people should do this and this is this and this is this. I'm just gonna say, try listening to each other. Hear each other out. There are lots of good ideas out there right now about how to reform the police and make them a less systemically racist thing. And how to make America less of a racist country and more truly equal for all of us. And I feel powerless. Here's the situation in my life right now. Last week I went and I protested 4 days. 4 days I protested. And it was amazing. It was incredible to see so many people come together and just anyone who wanted to say anything. They handed them a mic, they handed them the megaphone, and they could just say whatever was in their hearts and on their minds and whatever message they wanted to get out there. And it was great and it was lovely. And then the night came, and then, you know, I left, and then there was tear gas and arrests and all of this, and now I feel guilty any time that I'm not protesting because my life doesn't depend on it, right? My life is pretty much unaffected by any violence against African Americans that happens. More or less. Literally. Overall, yeah, totally. I get sad about it. I get angry about it. I get pissed off. And I have been for like every day for like 2 weeks about pretty much everything. I feel powerless because I would love to donate to all these charities, but I don't have money to donate to all these charities. And if I did have money, I would probably be donating it. But I also need to save for school, for college in 2 months. And also, I'm unemployed. And I applied for unemployment, but I didn't qualify because I didn't make enough money to qualify for unemployment. No, not a whole lot of places are hiring right now because of COVID, because that's still a thing. So, you know, and then the George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor, every single one of their lives, and all of the unrest around that, and all the people who are, oh, we can't defund the police, that's crazy talk, oh, I love America, Trump, 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 MAGA, 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 and I'm like, fuck you, literally. Oh, and it's just now started to rain. It's as if God himself, if there was one, because if there's anything I've learned this year, there is no God. It's like God himself is crying, if there was one. About the world. I don't really know if the reason that I hit record today has been answered from myself. I don't know if you, dear viewer, probably the all 20 of you, are gonna make, if this is gonna have any impact on your viewpoint. For all I know, most people I know already feel the same way I do. And I don't really know I don't know. I thought making a video, I would just at least get it off my chest. I would scream it into the rooftops and shout it out onto the internet, and then my part would be done. But it's not. That's not how it works. That's really not. We have to continue doing things like investing in black businesses and other things that I've seen all over the place online that I can't really think of right now. I guess if I had any point to this video, it's that 1, Black Lives Matter, 2, we need police reform even though not every single cop is bad. But, for the most part, I have to tell you, most of them are looking pretty terrible right now. 3, if you are a racist, 100% go fuck yourself in your stupid fucking face. If you don't realize that there is a problem right now, you are part of the problem, and the world would truly, honestly, just be better if you just stayed inside of your house for the rest of time. 4, just listen to people. Listen to, I guess, the police, because they have some sort of authority for some reason, and if you don't listen to them, you'll be tear-gassed and put on the ground and, you know, violently arrested. Listen to African-American voices, educate yourself, just listen to each other and hear each other out. I know that it's a very divided time. I'm a political science major. I'm aware of how divided this time is. And I guess keep reminding yourself, this is what I try to do, but it really doesn't work, so give it a shot and let me know how it goes. Technically, we are in the least violent time in history. But because we have access to anywhere in the world at the snap of a finger, zzz, 3 fingers involved in snapping? Or is it just 2? Anyway, that's unimportant. What was I talking about? Oh yeah! The world isn't as terrible as it seems. It just seems so terrible because we're constantly bombarded and beaten and just absolutely ass-fucked with bad news all the time, every day. And the guy who's in the White House right now, and also there's Joe Biden and that whole Bernie Sanders everything. And I was gonna make a video on these things, but I didn't. I have a bunch of ideas for videos in my head that just need to be fleshed out into full videos right now. I have like a couple things that I want, you know, I'm like, oh, this is an idea. Good, make a video about that. And I just have to, you know, make the rest of the video. But I couldn't put something on the internet, YouTube-wise, that wasn't related to this first. And now my white guilt is gone, and now that I've put this out onto the internet, I don't know. I don't feel better. I don't feel good. But I hope something makes you smile during these times. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Maybe. I hope you related, because then I won't be so alone. What do I say? I hope someone makes someone smile today. I hope you smile today. I truly, truly do. Goodbye.